What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're going to be looking at how to get the achievement Cut Off the Head. Now, we're going to be getting this in the new Shattrath City, and what's going to be going on here is there's going to be a bunch of non-elite rare spawns in Shattrath City, and I'm going to take you through the locations of every single one of them. Now, obviously, this is going to be the same format as I did the Gorgon Monster Hunter, and so that means I'm going to show you guys pretty much where all of them are, and then at the end of the video, I made a map for you guys too, and I put it on the side of the screen, as you guys can see. And so, obviously that's going to make it a lot easier for you guys. I also sped this up. I kind of was not sure exactly how I wanted to handle this video, honestly, because I didn't know, like how much time I should spend for each boss, this, that, and everything. And so hopefully it's not too boring. And so I sped up a lot of the combat because a lot of it's very simple. Okay, so we're just going to get right down into it. And again, I'm just going to say one more time that there will be a map of all of the rare spawns at the end of the video. If you don't want to watch this whole video, just go to the end of it and it'll tell you exactly where all of them are. I've also got the map on the sidebar. And so before this guy dies, or girl, we're looking at the Felfire Consort. Now she's a succubus, or I guess not really succubus, but like Mother Shiraz. And so she basically does fire attacks, and as a general rule, like with all of these different ones, I think there's like one or two things that I actually want to talk to you guys about in terms of like the actual spells that they cast. But other than that, they don't really do much of anything. Or they do, that's not true. They do quite a few different things, but if you're with like a group, one thing is that they do scale up with health. And so if you're with a group, you're going to have to actually, they will scale up in health, and so it'll take a little bit longer to kill them. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. The next guy we're looking at is Gothal, and he's some sort of an ogre warlock, and so he has like a little imp pet with him, and also he summons imps with him also. Or I said that twice, but you guys get the idea. And so he summons imps. All of these are very, very easy to kill. Now, I actually really had a good time doing this because, as you guys may know, there aren't really any maps available for these rare spawns, and so I actually went around and find all of them, and I really enjoy doing that. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm like Christopher Columbus of Shattrath City or something like that. Figuring out all the different things, and as the in traditional with Christopher Columbus, then killing them all. And so that's great. I'm having so much fun. This is just awesome. And anyway, so as you can see, that's where he summons the imps, and then he's going to be dead in a few seconds. And we're going to move on to the next guy. He's dead. So now we're moving on to, and they drop Apexis crystals. Now, if you guys don't know what they do, good. You're like me. I'm not really entirely sure what they do either. Basically, you turn them in for different items. I know that, and they're a form of currency that you use to turn in for different rewards, pretty much. And so I'll have more on that later, but I'm not really entirely sure of all of their uses. Now we're over here at the Avatar of Socrethar. Now, if you guys might not know, there's a zone dedicated to Socrethar in Shadowmoon Valley, Socrethar's Rise, and this is something that you're not supposed to stand in. As you can see, I stood in it, and so don't be like me. Okay, that's bad, and I got hit by it twice. See, I'm still not paying attention. And there's also, this guy is also in Netherstorm right now, and he's off on one of the islands off to, I think it was the northwest, and so I think he's got his own little island, and you can go kill him. He's a 73 elite, I believe, and so that's just a fun little fact. So I guess he's got a backstory here in Warlords of Draenor. I don't really know if he has one in the normal game. Not normal game, but in Burning Crusade, I really have no idea. I didn't really read a whole lot into the lore of Burning Crusade. And so we're going to be going on to the next one here. This one was really cool. I like this one. It's this guy, he's the Bombardier Gorr. Yeah, the ogres, they have really, really great names, And so anyway, he's on his Gromling Mountain. I didn't know what this was, but I figured this guy jumping around, this is probably going to be the guy that we need to kill. And so I was right, as usual, as always. Let's be real. But anyway, one thing that's good with this guy is that his health doesn't scale up, and so we killed him like it was nobody's business. And so I was pretty happy about that, because it kind of was taking forever to kill those guys. And it wasn't even they're not really hard, as I said before. You might have a hard time soloing them if you're just if you have like very shitty gear and you know, whatever, and here, like, I just decided, you know, like, I saw these guys and I was like, you know what, guys, it's just time to go big dick. And so I pulled all three of these guys. Now, this is like kind of like a miniature like council fight, and this is the Sargerei War Council. And what's going on here is that one of them is going to be casting spells on you, one of them is going to be meleeing you, and the other one is going to be healing them. And so, guess which one you want to interrupt. I think the Soulbinder is the healer, but I'm not entirely sure. You'll see throughout the course of the fight, and it'll make itself evident. So, there again, another one of those. Anyway, yeah, it's a Soulbinder, the Void Mend. And so they don't really have shared health, and so these guys kind of took a long time to kill. It was pretty annoying, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. We didn't really know what we were doing, and since we had a full group, like a lot of these guys are from my guild, and one of the guys actually here was one of the people who I made the Wards of Draenor LFM, and he is actually part of the one of the people who messaged me. And so I thought that was really cool, you know, to be able to do this stuff with my viewers and for it to actually work out. Because as I said, I think in another video, I was not entirely sure if it would work out. And so anyway, this guy is about to die. But anyway, you just want to make sure you kill the Soulbinder first and interrupt her. If I didn't make that clear enough. The next one here, I was about to burp. The next one here is, what is his name? Hulkmon the All-Consuming, and he is, he's a guy, and he doesn't really consume anything. I don't know what the fuck's up with that name, but we're actually going to consume him. And so don't worry about that. He's up here at this top, I guess like little building, looking out over the bay, yelling. Is like he's mad about something. I don't know why. Maybe he ran out of things to consume. So anyway, he doesn't really do a whole lot of abilities either. He no, I don't think he's the one that mind controls. I think that's the elite guy. Anyway, so he does just a couple of kind of negligible abilities. I know he does a debuff on people. It does a little bit of damage, and also something you need to move out of. And so other than that, there it is right there, as you can see. And so you're supposed to move out of that, but since I'm the tank, I just do whatever I want. He also silences you, which is kind of annoying for a caster, but as I said before, these mobs should be pretty accessible for anybody. I'd say about over, like, I'd say like 600 item level. Probably not going to have any trouble doing it, and a tank even lower. Like, I'm a Blood Death Knight. I knew I'd be doing these. And so I think that right now in beta, Blood Death Knights are probably one of the strongest classes. And so I pretty much went with that, obviously, to you know, put myself and my group in the best advantage possible. Now this is a really interesting thing here. What's his name? Legion Vanguard is actually part of this really cool event here. And this event's actually going to take a while. And so I do apologize for that, but I did want to show the whole thing just so you guys don't think that, you know, there's something else going on that isn't, or, you know, vice versa. We were kind of curious, like, if something wasn't, like, showing up or something was broken because of how long this took. Now, as you see here, it's sped up. But before I sped this up, I think before I sped up, like, the majority of the fights in the video, we were looking at about a 26-minute video. And so obviously, you know, I didn't want to have you guys sit through us just beating on non-elites. And so what's going to happen here is that there's just going to be more and more mobs that come, and you want to just keep killing them. And then there's this portal that's going to spawn, and you've probably seen these before in a lot of the other videos. Any like sort of Burning Legion portal. This is the new kind of default Burning Legion portal. And so there's going to be 3 different guys that spawn out of here at the same time. And so it can be kind of hard and overwhelming to fight these guys as a solo player. And so I would recommend for you guys probably to bring like a couple friends. And there's no real reason not to. And there it is on the map. But as I said before, it's on the map next to me anyway. But I don't really even know why I showed that. I guess I didn't have the map then. So anyway, as I said before, this kind of takes a while, and we were talking right here Obviously, I don't have like the sound in here, but we were like, what the fuck is going on? Is this bugged? Somebody was telling me that it was bugged. That person had no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, whatever. So what it comes down to is this guy pops up. His name's the Legion Vanguard. And guess what? His name's on the list of things you need to kill. So you have to kill him. He stomps on the ground and he hamstrings you and he puts fire on the ground. He's just your basic warrior, pretty much. And he's dual-wielding Hell Reavers, green Hell Reavers. And so, I mean, any warrior that's dual-wielding pole arms is probably a fucking idiot. And the Legion Vanguard is really no exception. And so he's about to be dead. And we're going to be going on to the last one here in just a second. And so he's about to be dead any day now. I don't know why this is taking so long. There we go. So we got one more to go. Probably going to mess this name up. Zorath the Destroyer. Zorath. Not really entirely sure how to pronounce that. It doesn't matter though. And he's off all the way at the farthermost reaches, and he actually has 1,000,000 health without his health being scaled up to, I guess, like the amount of people that are fighting him. So this guy's kind of hard to kill. One thing that's really cool about him, though, is that he drops this other thing called like this like path of flame. If you guys have ever, I'm going to do a separate video on that too, because I was going to do it and then I forgot. And so I'll do that eventually, but my understanding of it is it's going to give you the, if you guys have ever seen like the trading card thing, the Footsteps of Illidan, I think that's what it's going to be very similar to. And so you can kill him and you'll get like an item from that, and it'll have a certain amount of charges. And so that's like a little added bonus of killing him. And he's a little bit harder, so I guess you get a little bit something extra for killing him. Now, a couple questions that people might have. Actually, one big question is that people might want to know what the respawn timer is. I'm sorry, I can't really give you that answer. There's the achievement right there, cut off the head. And so there's nothing, you don't really get anything for your achievement. There's the path of flame right there. And so you guys can see what that does in another video hopefully I'll make. And then there's the little group that I did it with. So thank you for everybody that helped me do this. And as I said before, in just a second here, I'm going to have the maps. And, I'll show you guys pretty much everywhere to go. And so I'm going to actually turn off the webcam because I think that'll actually be in the way. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I'll just try and end this video before that all happens. But anyway, thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.